Yo, my name is Ginimbi. That's gonna be going down. We are going to dream in the next few minutes. It's gonna be going down. It's Moana's birthday. We're going to pop champagne. It's gonna be champagne shower tonight. See you there. Driving Rolls Royce Wraith.
In the early hours of November 8, 2020, a car took off from the central business district of Harare, the capital of the southern African country of Zimbabwe. The occupants had been partying and having a good time in one of the classiest drinking spots in the city, a club known as Dreams. However, theirs was soon to become a nightmare that would shake the nation to the core and mark the end of a short but fast life of Zimbabwe's most flamboyant socialite, Ginimbi Kadungure, popularly known as Ginimbi. Ginimbi Kadungure had risen to fame as a socialite and businessman. While his business dealings were opaque, his love for the fast life was not. He had been covered in local tabloids as one of the gaudiest, glitziest and flashiest Zimbabweans who was never too shy to openly spend on finer things in life. Having by his own admission been born in a poor family in Harare and raised in the outlying rural enclave of Domboshawa outside the city as a rural boy, he credited his poverty as being behind his hunger to spend and travel. His businesses, he claimed, included a liquefied petroleum gas concern, although the source of the wealth was always the subject of debate, with conspiracies ranging from money laundering right down to occultist practices of dealing with the underworld. Genius knew of the unsavory allegations, but always said he didn't owe it to anyone to prove the source of his wealth.
Oh man, we live in Zimbabwe. Yo, it's landing, you know what I'm saying, man? In the big D!
When any social media loving Zimbabwean opened their Instagram pages, they wanted to know more about Genius.
Loved and hated in equal measure, he didn't live for anyone, and his social media presence ensured him a closeness with his legion of fans, and it seemed to be the only thing he needed to fuel his ego.
Sometimes panzvatoita paindaneti hauzioti wafadza munhu warwadza munhu wamwani pinda nemafeelings paindaneti papa. In 2013 ndakazoita birthday party yangu mutown muna first, so munhu akanyora newspaper akazonyora chicompare passion java na Ginimbi mapata avanoita and stuff, but still ndaisamboziva kuti Ginimbi ndiani. Boom boom boom, years later I'm in Bahamas, I'm on my jet ski and I'm just live on Facebook. Then in comment section vanhu vanenge vachikundura, ndasandajaira kundura in those days. Mabvango yasvika nzunga urarama ka life kanenge ka Ginimbi. So yakabva ita stuck in my mind, life inenge yaGinimbi, Zimbabwe ndindoika ndika life kadeso zvorevi vananotsvaka man.
Ita straight face. Musate mota dzekubiwa.
One of the people who loved what he had done with himself was equally flamboyant politician and businessman Philip Chiangwa. The president of the Confederation of Southern African Football, Chiangwa is the precursor to the geniuses in Zimbabwe. With a fleet of fast cars to his name, he was a big fan of Bentleys and Rolls-Royce toys that adorned his garage at his sprawling rural mansion in Domboshawa. One of those cars was his treasured Rolls-Royce Wraith. Estimated to have cost anything between $290,000 to $300,000 United States dollars, it was a rich addition to his fleet. In it, he would make the 28-mile journey into the city center for business and pleasure. And on the 7th of November 2020, he would make that outbound journey into town one final time.
Driving Rolls Royce Wraith.
Yet before this chilling death and desperate screams, Moana had somewhat foretold her death in a dark place punctuated only by her desperate screams.
And all I'm left with is the darkness of my mind. But each time it seems like I sink deeper and deeper, and I'm scared, terrified that one day I won't make it back up. It feels like I'm gasping for air, screaming for help.
The premonition played out soon after in real life. Gina's car has overtaken in front of oncoming traffic. Hearing the impact, people in a nearby neighborhood rushed to inspect and assist. Back in the Rolls-Royce, unable to pry open the car any further and help the two women who were making distress calls from within the vehicle, all the people could do is take out their mobile phones and record the disaster. Much of the footage will later help determine that the two women, by virtue of their cries, were still alive after impact.
It's by all means kudzimira moto wanga uchiti wanga uchibvira pamota energy mamutone about 3 people wanga vachichema for help, and we couldn't like open the door kuti tikwanise kuti tivaburitse, but taedza kudzimira moto, and mota payarovera there were 2 wheels that went over the jurawo achipinda muyard, and it was really a sad event.
I get to my gate, I see a blow-on of it parked on the side of the road. So I quickly look to the left-hand side and I see, okay, Genius Rolls-Royce is in the tree. So then I quickly panic and I'm like, what's going on? So I get to the tree and his car's on fire. So in the midst of me crossing the road going to his car, I met a colleague of ours who was by the corner. He's a security officer for our neighborhood watch. And then there was another gentleman that was just standing on the side of the road. So the 3 of us just quickly ran. We managed to break his door open. We pulled him, we put him down. He was still alive. Then there's a girl that was in the passenger seat. She was screaming for help. So we were trying our level best to break the seatbelt, but we couldn't. Then the officer that was helping us got burnt on his hand. Then we managed to step back. As soon as we stepped back, after a few minutes, the car exploded.
Slowly, painfully, and sadistically, the fire starts to consume them as they cry out for help. Genius Kadungure is dead at the scene. A star performer for social media and a much-loved showman and show-off by his own admission had exited the stage and used his last social media data bundles. He would leave a mammoth legacy if only for his lifestyle.
I want to tell Zimbabwe, when I met Ginimbi, I was nasangana chuno kana property, but vakatanga kundibatsira ndikatanga kutenga fridge, ndikatanga kutenga machines, everything. But right now it's gone.
Well, Ginimbi lived a rags to riches kind of legacy, a legacy of a happy life, a legacy of a boy who dared to dream from a rural village to become, one of the most notable people not only in Zimbabwe but on the continent. A young person who dared to dream and desire the finest things and the fastest things in life. His love for Fast and Furious, the beautiful cars, the Lamborghinis, you name it, and his love for the all-white parties. He was a happy man. He's a man who managed to transform the face and the feel and the look of our social media streets in Zimbabwe. He always gave you something that made your life really, light. He was a businessman, an entrepreneur, a happy guy who left so much happiness to so many people.
Akadzidzisa kuti kugona chikoro hakusi kugona upenyu. Ukafoira chikoro haunofoira life. Number 2, akadzidzisa kuti English haisiri passport yekuti ubudirire. Aigona kuuya achingogona kuti my guy, my guy, my guy, my guy, my guy. But asina English yedu yekutaura na supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. He was just the idiosyncratic Ginimbi that pushed and inspired a lot of youth.
Scores attended his funeral, which was broadcast on online television platforms and simulcast by smaller social media sites. Having lived his life on social media, his farewell played out on his most favorite platform. His friends defended his honor as his adversaries peddled stories of his relation to the occult as having caused his untimely death. None more did defend him, however, than his protege, Tawanda Marimbe, popularly known as DJ Towers.
People ngavasataure zvavasingazivi vasina atoti evidence kana umbo. You understand? Let the men rest. Ini ndaitombowa musituation iyoyo yokuti ndaitombotaura because zvinoitwa nevanhu vasina mari like me ina ndamari vanhu vasina mari vanotaurisa. You understand? Havadi kuona mumwe munhu achibudirira.
Genius will forever be remembered. However, the horrific death and especially the burning to death of his co-occupants, the sounds of them screaming for help, and their flesh being consumed by the raging fires will also haunt Zimbabwean social media for a long, long time.